All right, good morning. This is just a video that's going to be a couple different things. First of all, I'm going to talk a little bit about Minnesota and a couple things I wrote down so I don't get off track here. And then I'm going to say that there is an alert for Florida. I'm going to show you that in a minute. So first of all, I'm going to show you this. Look at this. For Minnesota today, 4 is yellow in the general keys. Once it gets yellow in the general keys, I pay attention. And a lot of times I like to pick 2 keys just so I don't get screwed, but I'm going to go for the 4 because it's up here, and I'm going to go for that. So until that hits here, and not every day. Anyway, I'm just going to go for it today at least. I haven't even been playing it that often, but in Minnesota, but here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go for the 4 so that immediately drops me to 55 numbers boxed. Okay. And then there it is. And then I picked these numbers here because over here in the frequency chart in the 0 to 3 singles, you'll notice that I chose these numbers here. And the reason why at 30 days, see at 30 days, the reason why is because look at the times drawn, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1, 3, 1, 1, 1. A 1 is due. Okay, a 1 was going to hit, and the 1 comes from this small amount of numbers right here, these patterns. Okay. And like I said, all you have to do is go to reduced. You don't have to sit there and do all the other stuff. Just copy that like that. It doesn't matter. You don't even have to have the 2 in there or the percentage in there. Just copy that, go over and drop it in there like I just did in here. And it starts me off with 13 numbers. I do this all the time, and it works because let me show you. This was yesterday. Oops, I did the wrong one. Let me go to single. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're going to go to single boxed pattern. Okay, 30 days. I normally do 20 to 30 days, whatever's showing me something. Most recent draw by option. And you'll notice, look at the times drawn. There was a 1 drawn yesterday. I was like, it's a 95% chance that's going to be drawn. And sure enough, a 1 was drawn. Because look, it really went crazy here with the 2s. And then there was a 3. I knew a 1 was coming. And that 1 came from a super small batch of numbers right down here. So pattern 18 hit. You see that? So there's only 5 numbers in each one of these. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. So it had 50 numbers to start off with instead of 220. And that's what hit. And it was like guaranteed that if it didn't hit yesterday, it probably would hit today. Like the stock only goes up higher as long as you know how to look at it and know when to look at it, So that's what I do. I normally do this single box pattern stuff at the frequency chart because this is the SBP, because this works so well with the times drawn. If it's out, say 2, like 1, 2, 3, if you see 3 2s in a row, or something like that, or whatever, or a 2 or 3 and a 2, and there hasn't been a 1, 1's going to be drawn. This is actually pretty not normal. Like when you jump around different states here, you'll normally see, well, you got to do, you have to do alone. You can't do combined at 30 day because then it just gives you way too many draws. So look at this one. Look at the 1. It just dominates. And like yesterday, look at that. There was a 5 and a 2. You could tell that a 1 was coming back, and that came from a small batch of numbers. See what I'm saying? You can do this for any state, and it works all the time. So this is what I'm starting off with today in Minnesota right here. I just wanted to say that. And I'm going to, break that down a little bit later. Actually I could do it now, but I don't really want to do it right now. So I want to get to what I wanted to talk about. So that's what I'm going to do for Florida. And it kind of shows you a little bit more what I do with the SBP. Okay. That's really what I do. And remember, the SBP is right here. Is this one right here. Okay. It's a single box. It's all single numbers, crunched in here except for doubles. Okay. So that's what we're looking at. And let me get back on track here. Okay, so that's Minnesota, and I wanted to show you now the Florida alert. Here is the Florida alert. Let me go down to what I want to show you. So like I said, sometimes I do the colors. Like this is okay, I don't want to get off track. We are going to do this. I can't even find it. Right here, no, that's the wrong one. You got to do this one, SBP, not the SBPP. You want to do the SBP-RS. 1%. And you're going to see you got changes back to numbers. Okay, there you go. Look at this. Florida, high odd is due. So is Ohio. So I would look for these to be hitting here. Like literally any draw. Considering Florida and Ohio, it's showing combined. So Florida, you're going to be getting a hit from this. Like any draw now. And that starts you off with only 35 numbers. Only 35. I think I have it in here already. Yep, right here. So these are the 35 numbers, okay? And I think there's going to be a 2 or a 3 today. But, okay, the reason, let me show you why. Look at this. Look at Florida, okay? This is the SB pairs or PP tracking, okay? And you're going to look at this one only, this column, okay? There you go, look at the top here. Now look at this. There's been like ridiculous amount of doubles in Florida. It's kind of crazy. It actually is crazy. Singles hit 70% of the time. Yeah, I know, but this is like the opposite. But look in the high, low, even, odd column. You're going to notice that there hasn't been a high odd since the 5th. Look at that. See that gap right there? Okay. Now, after that, you can see it drops in very naturally every just so often. Look at that. I can sit here and highlight them, but you see them. It just drops in here like clockwork. And there's a gap right here, but then it hits. See it? High odd does not stay out long. Any state, when high odd gets to that 1%, even at 2%, it's worth playing out of that pool, even if you lose, because you're going to have a really small pool to play out of. I mean, you could play all of them. It's only 35 numbers. That high odd's coming back for Florida, and it's coming back for Ohio. You watch. Mark my words, it's coming. So that's going to start you off with only 35 numbers to start off with. Now you can take that to lotto odds, or you can take it over here to pick 3-4 and do some more breakdown, keys and all that stuff. So that's where it comes down to. So look at this. I'll show you. Look at Florida. We're going to go combined. 3 is yellow right now, but I don't want to put all my eggs in one basket right now on Florida. So 1 and 2, I would say a 1, 2, or a 3, but I really like a 2 or a 3. And the reason why I really like a 2 or a 3 is, I'll show you. If you go to Florida, you'll notice that I just had that open. Look at Ohio. Because remember, Ohio is also due for that high odd right now on the SBP-RS. And look at that. A 2 or a 7 will be hitting in Ohio. So if you do that, if you take a 2 or a 7, I got too many things open here, and then you combine it with the SBP-RS, you're going to have that way down there already before you even, start filtering. So this really works. But anyway, so this is Florida. So, and it's not showing Florida right now. Let me refresh it. Let me go Florida. So, okay, not V-Tracks. I can't remember which one it was that I looked at. A-Tracks. Not A-Tracks. Neighbors. Neighbors. Here we go. See, look at this. So, Neighbors 2, okay? Neighbors 2 has been out for 7 draws. And you can look here. That's the longest it's been out. Since 5:30 and probably beyond that too, because you can tell it hits all the time. And what does that equal? That equals a 3 or a 2. A 2 or a 3, okay? You can just go to the doubles and look at it, and you can tell what it equals. So a 2 or a 3. So that's why I think a 2 or a 3 is going to hit. But I could honestly just get rid of that if I wanted to, that 1. And that would drop me down to these right here for Florida today. And I really like this one because it's got the 3 in there, right? Now, the reason why is because you'll see this batch of numbers right here. And that batch of numbers comes from, I'm pretty sure, the SBP. I was going to make this video last night, but I was too tired. Had a rough day. We're going to do most recent draw by option. And then we're going to look at, you got to do it alone. That can't be right because, let's see, 3, 8, 10. I don't think that's the right one. How'd that start off with? No, that's not the right one. So I must have because I think in Florida, there was a bunch of doubles. Yeah, so there was a bunch of doubles, and also there was not a lot of SBP is not really showing me much. But look at this. There hasn't been a 0 to 3 key used outside of a double now for a while. So I'm expecting that to drop. And if that's going to drop, then I would think that I'm going to get away from the SBP. I'm going to move down to the 0 to 3, not the HML one. I'm going to do the 0 to 3 singles. And then I'm going to go to, this is not what I was looking at. Let's see. Let me see. Let me look at this one more time. See, I have it in here. I don't know what the one is before 10, but I have 10, 13, 14. So it starts out with 10, 13, 14. So that's not it. Maybe it was midday. Sorry. Maybe I did it combined for 20 days. Maybe I did it combined for 20 days. 10. Was there an 11? I don't think there's an 11, was there? Sorry, I'm all confused here. No, it was 10, 13, 14. Well, I screwed up. I'm not sure how I got that number because normally I do just alone. And then I do like 20 or 30 days. But that's not showing me that. So I'm not really sure how I got that. I wish I remembered how I got this. It starts with 0 to 9. So I know I started with the keys, but then I started with that SBP-RS, which will be hitting the number in Florida. But then this, I'm not sure how I got this. It's 20, 21, 23 it ends with. That's not it. I really thought it was the 0 to 3 keys. Maybe I went down to 20 days on that. No, that ain't it either. That certainly isn't it. Oh, I'm sorry. I wish I would have remembered what I did. I didn't do the HML because if you do this one, it shows it differently. Okay. Maybe it was a 10 by 18. No, because that shows it different too. Anyway, I'm sorry, but you see what I'm doing. You see what I get, what I do though. I look at these and I look at the times drawn. I'm just confused right now. I don't know why it changed on me. I must have been looking at it different last night again, so I screwed up on that again. So I'm going to have to get rid of these. I hate to get rid of these, though, because I know I had something good. I just don't remember what I looked at. That's frustrating. I know it's the SBP. You can see because it's got the patterns 10, 13, 14. So it's got to be the SBP. So I thought it was the 0 to 3 I was looking at, but go back and look at this one's. 8, 10, 18. That ain't it either. Well, anyway, now I'm confused on that. So I guess I can't do that right now because I'm not going to keep that if I don't really trust it. So I don't remember what it was. So anyway, so I would be starting off with this many for Florida, 22. I'm going to look later in here and try to find which one I was looking at because that brought it down to that 5 numbers or whatever. But this is what a good start still in Florida, 22 numbers instead of and actually, I could get rid of that one because I really think there's going to be a 2 or a 3. Still could be a 1, but yeah, that's what I'm thinking for Florida. And then I said Ohio's got the same situation. I think I mixed up a couple different states. And then tonight I'm going to make a video on pre-sorted. And I got some really good stuff for pre-sorted or box and how to get things down low using that. But I don't want to get into that right now because then I'll just go off on that. I'm sorry that I screwed up on this. I know a 0 to 3 single is going to be hitting here, so I would look at that one. I mean, if I was going to look at anything, I'm going to go back down to that one and see if I see something quick for Florida. So, see, there was, that's not it though. That's at 30 days. What if you do combined? Combined, there's just way too many. It's just the odds of 2 or 1 coming. I mean, a 1 could drop, which would be only one of these 3 patterns, but I don't like that. It's 2. So maybe go to 20 days. I still don't even like that. If you go to midday alone. No, I don't like that. So I'm trying to, there's some other things I want to talk about too, but I just don't have. I don't want to make this video long, so I'll talk about the pre-sorted later. But this works all the time. I'm telling you, doing this, if you can find a times drawn. I'm messed up in my head right now thinking because I screwed up on Minnesota and it's like it didn't. Anyway, whatever. So this is the Florida alert right here. And also because of the keys are due. But I would say this for sure. This is still a small batch of numbers to start off with. You know, if you take like this here, let's just say there's a 2 or 3 in Florida. So I'm going to take these, okay, and I'm going to bring these over to Florida. See, I had this one here, 257 is my favorite one. But let me just show you how I did that. If I can reset it, drop it in here quick. This will be the last thing. Tonight I'll talk about the pre-sorted and a little bit better information on the SBP without having it all screwed up. So I'm going to keep this in box form, okay, and you're going to notice some patterns here, like in and out, 2 of those in a row. I could definitely go 3 in a row, but you know, if you want to, but like this here, the 1-2 sums, look at this, 1, 2, 3, 4, there's been 4 2s on the end. I think that's going to probably be flipping here to a 1. So if you think that's going to flip to a 1, you can go down to the 1-2 sums and remove the ones with a 2 on the end. Okay, and now you're down to 15 numbers boxed. And then, like I said, you could get rid of the double patterns if you wanted to on that. A lot of times I won't do anything less than 2, but if it's got 3, I definitely will start to think about. Now, this one here is interesting. If you look at this spike trough, because look at this. If you go to daytime alone, it was spike, spike, trough, spike, spike, trough, spike, spike, trough, box, spike, spike, trough, box, spike. And then so there was 1, 2, 3, 4 in a row. So I'm thinking there's going to be a change coming up on that. So if you think there's going to be a change coming up on that, you can go down here and remove 2 spikes and a trough. Oops, wrong one. So now you're down to 5 numbers. Yeah. And then you can look at some other things, like look on the end over here. You got 2 1 2 1 2 1. But how often does 2 1? I got 2 1 2 1 2 1. It does happen more than 3 times. So I'm just looking for patterns, you know, in the box right now. Like look at the root sum 1 1 3. It probably won't be a low odd root sum. So things like that. It didn't do nothing. Well, it brought me down to 1 number. So that's the number I liked earlier too. So that's the number I like for Florida. But this is one of the things I do. So, yep. So I'll talk more about the pre-sorted and SBP later. So, okay. Have a good day.